Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and hope everybody's having a good day. And really appreciate y'all swinging by the channel to watch the video today. Today, guys, I sort of want to give you guys an update and sort of like a state of the condition of the movement against forward-facing sonar that I've really been pushing hard the last 3 years. We've made some very, very big inroads over the past 6 or 9 months, and I sort of want to bring you guys up to speed on that and talk a little bit about what our plans are in the future to keep working to get forward-facing sonar and the advancing technologies like it banned from bass fishing. So we're going to get into that in today's episode. Also, guys, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody of the 4th of July Independence Sale that's going on at Solarbat right now. All through the month here, July. If you're interested in getting a pair of my Solarbat Signature Series sunglasses or any other sunglasses Solarbat makes, you can get them all at 30% off right now. And any purchase over $98, you get a free hard case from Solarbat. So I'll put the Solarbat link in the description, or you can get them at my Tackle Warehouse link that I'll put in the description here. Much appreciated there. And also, guys, one quick reminder, anyone interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, you can do that by going to my Facebook page, Randy Blaukat Professional Angler. Just shoot me a private message. This is a great way to learn more about a technique you'd like to really learn to master better. So really appreciate you guys checking all that stuff out. Sorry for the noise, guys. We're down here at the lake right now, and we're right by the road, so it's a little bit noisy, but it's about the only place I can film a video right now. Okay, guys, here's the update on it. It's like, when we first started this, let me sort of go over the evolution of it. When I think I did my first anti-LiveScope video about probably 3 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer now. And once I did that, wasn't even really at the forefront of people's minds at that time. It's like people were starting to become aware of it, but I was aware of the dangers of it right off the bat. And over the course of the next year or year and a half or so, I would consistently do some videos pointing out the obvious problems we have with this. We talked a lot about this before. Problems with damaging the sustainability of our fisheries. It removes all the mystery and magic from the sport. It creates an unlevel playing field. It's another element that even makes the sport into more of an elitist sport. It just takes away all the intrinsic value of what fishing is. Plus a lot of other stuff that we go with it, so I don't want to rehash all that, but I want to give you guys an update on where we're at right now. There has been a huge, monumental shift over the past, now it's probably been about the past year and a half, as far as the overall sentiment, the growing sentiment of the fishing community, that they don't want anything to do with this technology. It's palatable. It's like it's real. And this has come about. There's a couple different things that initially started with like all the crappie anglers and different species anglers around the world using it, and they saw some real decimation in the fish populations. But in the bass fishing genre, the thing that you started noticing more than anything else was it started to have a complete and total domination of tournament wins on every level. BFLs, weekend series, club tournaments, professional tournaments, everything like that. It got to the point where it is right now, with the advancements of, especially with the advancements of the new transducers and multiple transducers, and the technology continuously advances, that 95% or more of the tournaments are completely dominated with the use of forward-facing sonar in a lot of different in a lot of different scenarios, not just offshore, not just deep water. People are using this technology. I don't care if they're flipping grass in 3 foot of water or flipping flooded bushes or whatever. They are using this technology to win tournaments. So what happened is this is a self-inflicted wound that the electronic companies and the tournament directors put on themselves, because what happened is this technology got so advanced, and it continues to advance, that when people read tournaments, when they read about the tournament performances, every single thing is forward-facing sonar, LiveScope here, LiveScope there. And then the thing that really turned people off and continues to turn people off is the live coverage of this. It's like when you get to the weekend live coverage of MLF or Bassmaster, all you see is four flat brimming live scopers with their heads staring down at their screen for the entire day. And people are offended by that. And I don't think the tournament organizations realize how offended the bass fishing public was at. Guys, I see it and breathe it and live it every day. Between the co-anglers I fish with, the on-the-water lessons I do, my interactions with my subscribers, which are, close to, well over 200,000 now, there is not even a majority. There's 90% of the anglers out there that they hate it. They don't want any part of it, it's not just like some type of a nonchalant opinion. It's like they are adamant about it, and it's at the forefront of their mind that they don't want any part of that. This is the change that we have seen over the past year and a half, where you got this it's not what it is. It's a hate of this technology. It's like people before, they were a little bit apathetic and they would say, oh, use it if you want, don't use it if you want. But now it's become such a dominant force in our sport that people are getting outraged and disgusted, and they're voicing their opposition by that. They're voicing their opposition by canceling their memberships like the Bassmaster, to making social media posts, and getting very vocal about it. So what you have is the current state that we are right now. Here's the situation. You got this overwhelming majority of not only the recreational anglers are against LiveScope and forward-facing sonar, but you got more and more professional anglers that are finally growing a backbone and making a stance against this. Up until about 9 months ago, about 9 months ago, it was very rare to find a professional angler that would speak out against forward-facing sonar, because they didn't want to face the repercussions of being branded as somebody that complained about it. But now, since like a lot of the work we've done on my channel here, that it's getting more into the mainstream, we're seeing pros come out more and more that are against it. We've seen pros move to NPFL. We've seen the growth of NPFL without having forward-facing sonar. And now, professional anglers are getting the courage and getting their spines and getting their backbones back to actually make a stance against this. And as usual, you've got 25 to 40% of the professional anglers out there that are literally connected to LiveScope with their umbilical cord, because it's their lifeline to success. If they did not have it, they could not compete, and they would be back having to go to school to get a job somewhere else, because without LiveScope, they simply cannot compete. And anyone says, oh, Randy, you're full of it, those kids, not just kids, are those guys that do just as good without LiveScope, whatever, let's ban it for 2 years and, we'll see. But until then, it's pure speculation, so just stop with that. Okay, so where's it at currently, and what's our next move coming in? Here's the dilemma that tournament organizations have right now. Tournament organizations are in a self-imposed rock between a hard place, because they have their constituency and they have their base and they have their membership and they have people that participate in the tournaments that hate LiveScope and hate forward-facing sonar. But when they're electronic companies, when the electronic company people come in there to those offices and say, name your price, guys, what's it going to take? Just name your price, what it's going to take to keep this forward-facing sonar in your tournaments. It's like good versus evil. It's like, okay, do we want to follow the money, or do we want to do what's right for the sport? Do we want to follow the money, or do we want to do what's right for the sport? And right now, they don't know what the heck, they don't know what direction to go to, because they know they're doing the wrong thing. They know they're in the wrong here. They know they're not doing what's the best for the sport. They're doing what's best for their own pocketbooks at the expense of the future of our sport and, their base. And like I said, they're just going to keep riding that train until they're forced to do something, which is getting pretty dang close right now. So the main thing is what I want to talk about is the state of it right now, is that we have, like here on Intuitive Angling, we have worked so hard to get it to where we are right now. We're working so hard to ban this technology. As with so many other people across the country, people are coming out, they're making their voices known, that we have got the momentum right now. We have got everything on our side right now. It's almost like the tournament organizations that are still allowing this they are in shame right now. They are being shamed, which they rightfully should, into still allowing this technology, even though it's as destructive as it is. So anyway, guys, we're going to keep pushing on it. It's going to happen. It is. I mean, it's just a matter of time. It's like the more they advance the technology, the more people are going to push back from it. I can promise you right now, guys, all those, R&D people at Garmin and Humminbird and Lowrance that think they're all, cock of the walk right now and developing all these, continuing to develop, this technology. They don't understand that they are creating a self-inflicted wound within their business model by doing that, because as this technology gets more high-tech, people are going to push back harder and harder and harder. Just wait and see with that. So anyway, guys, join us here on the channel. Fight the good fight. We don't need technology like this in our fishing. It doesn't do anything to improve it or enhance it. It does zero for the sustainability of the sport. I will say this right now: forward-facing sonar, LiveScope, is one of the most is the most selfish thing that has ever happened in this sport, because it's all about what is here and what is now for the angler, without any concern for the sport, the people that participate in the sport, the future of our sport, the bass themselves, the sustainability. It truly is the devil in fishing right now, forward-facing sonar. So anyway, guys, join the good fight, get on the right side of history, and hope we can get this all banned and put it behind us, here as soon as possible. So we'll talk later.